Hey guys, this is Julia and Julia's Knitting, and today I wanted to show you everything I made for Halloween. I have just finished decorating my flat and I use the same decorations more or less every year, and most of them are handmade. I'm going to show you the ones I knitted and crocheted. The first item was an accident. I had yarn leftovers from different projects. This was not planned. But when I made this, I don't even know what this is. Maybe a table runner, maybe it's a rug, maybe it's just a decor you can use, hang on the wall. But when I finished it, it screamed autumn for me, right? So I decided that it would be a piece of Halloween decor. It's just double crochets, and I will place a pattern here that you can use. You will just have to recount the number of these waves you want to have, but in general it's just increasing here and decreasing here, but it's just double crochets. The second item is also kind of unknown. I don't know what it is. I use it as a seat cover for something, or sometimes I just put it somewhere to be seen, but I don't know what it is. I just wanted to make the bat and I had the yarn, so I made it. You can make a square instead of a circle and make a pillowcase, or if you have a round pillow, you can use a circle too. I love the vibe of this bat. It's very Halloweeny. It looks a little bit like a moth in my case, but still very Halloweeny and very kind of cute and scary at the same time. The next thing is these witches that you can hang. You can make them as scary or as cute and kind as you want to. For example, these are very scary, but if you have like small children at your house, for example, you can make them orange and you can make them smiling, and that would be more of a cute Halloween than scary Halloween. And of course they look, the better, the more of them you have. Like when you have a bunch, they look amazing. You can even make a garland out of the witches. Another thing is pumpkin coasters. I have 6 of them, but for some reason I can only find 2 right now, but they are all the same, They are crocheted in the round, and just on the bottom and on the top you crochet a half double crochet instead of a full double crochet, and that's it. That gives you the shape of the pumpkin. And then you can make a green stem if you want to. They are all over Pinterest, all over the internet in general, so they are quite easy to find, and they are fast to make, and they add a lot of autumn and a lot of Halloween to your kitchen. Another thing I do a lot is, or at least I did a lot, is leaves. There are loads of patterns of leaves. And every time I saw them, I saved them, and then I used them to make those leaves. And then I joined them into these, I don't know what to call them, into these, because lately I don't know what to do with one leaf, right? But when they are like this, you can hang them somewhere, and you can pretend that this is these are the autumn leaves falling down. This is an actual fall, right? This is an oak leaf. There are many different patterns there are many patterns of different kinds of leaves, like a maple leaf, an oak leaf, a birch leaf. Just a leaf, you don't know what tree it is exactly, but it's a leaf. I think I'm gonna just show you all of them so that you can see again that when there are a lot of them, they look even better. I think These are all I have. You see, when there is a wall of those leaves, it looks pretty nice. You can put it over the door frame, and so it will be like going through the falling leaves. What else? I have this bowl. I usually use it for the sweets, and it's quite simple to make. You just make your basic circle. You can find it anywhere, and then you can stop increasing and just go up, or in my case I even decreased a little bit in the end, so it's a little bit more rounded, and you add the face in the end. Simple, fast, a very nice present. If you're invited to a Halloween party, you can make this, and you can put some sweets into it and bring it to the party, to the home of the people who invited you. Very, it shows you care. There are also a lot of small pumpkins here. They are sewn, they are made of fabric, and they are very small. They used to be a Halloween wreath, and I glued them. There is still glue left on the other side. I glued them onto the wreath and put it on my door, and it looked very nice. I eventually got tired of it because I used it several years in a row. But this is an idea that you could use. Even the small scraps of fabric fit this project, so you can use up all the small scraps you have, and the wreath is a nice idea. Okay, there are obviously very many pumpkins of different sizes, different, proportions, different colors. And what I love about them is when you're looking, for example, at this pumpkin, it's not like chic, it's not very pretty. You kind of don't want to have it when you look at that. But when you look at the group, they're amazing. And that's because I used the yarn that wasn't like the best yarn. It was scraps. It wasn't the perfect color. It was the color I had. But when there are loads of them, they look amazing. And I have a lot of pumpkins. Here are 6. Also, I made another pumpkin recently live here on YouTube. I talked about it in my last episode. So this is the 7th one, and this one has cables on it. By the way, I didn't say about this one. This one is crocheted. My husband asked me to make another pumpkin with a Satan star, like upside down star on it. I haven't done the star yet, but the pumpkin is ready, and it's probably one of the biggest ones I've made. So this is 8. 9 and 10 are the pumpkins I showed you already. They are crochet pumpkins out of granny squares, and it was the first time I tried making pumpkins like this. 11, 12 are these courgettes. No, what do you call them? Buttersquash. These buttersquashes, and they are my favorite ones. No, you know what? There was another one which was even bigger than this one, but I gave it to my mother-in-law as a present because she grows pumpkins like that. But these two are pretty close to being my favorites. They are amazing. This one looks more like a pear, but the size of the pear is kind of confusing. But if it was a little bit smaller, it could be a pear. 13, 14, 15. I love adding actual twigs from the forest into my pumpkins. 16, 17, 18, 19. And there are several more, but they are not knitted or crocheted. There is like small paper mache one, and of course a real pumpkin at my door. 19 knitted and crochet pumpkins. And also, how many are these? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 8 sewed pumpkins, sewed micro pumpkins. We can count them separately. I think this is the last piece of decor I have, and it's all tangled. Sorry. This is a what do you call it? It has a name, right? Flag garland, probably. So those are just knitted flags. By the way, the scheme of knitting those flags are just the same as the scheme of this shawl that I showed you last time on Julia's knitting. Just add garter stitch and just add two stitches into every second row, and you'll have your flag garland. I have a green one and a red one. The red flags are smaller. I was trying things out. I almost forgot one of the prettiest things. Ooh, it's a boo doily. The pattern is free, you guys, free on Ravelry. And look at that. How adorable are these ghosts? It's not in your face neon orange Halloween. Very, you know, classical, old-fashioned maybe even. So that when people come over, they don't notice it at first. But when they do, adorable. And I have two more things that are, I'm not sure what kind of fiber art they are. That's why I'm showing them separately. These are the skulls that are crocheted and put, I think I glued them onto the black cardboard, probably just put them there, I can't remember. But I put them into the frame. The gloss is also holding them into place. So black frame, I covered the frame in black. I used the black cardboard or black paper, and this is, I don't know, a portrait of two skulls, probably a parent and a child, who knows. And another one is, oh, I just noticed there is a scratch or even a crack in the gloss, because this is plastic, is a cross stitch by the Witch's Stitcher. I can't stop talking about this designer. I don't even know what to say, and if I need to say something, it's amazing. I love this film. It's kind of a tradition to see this film in Halloween season, and now I have it displayed on my shelf all the time. Adorable, right? I just looked and found another thing I forgot about. A crocheted spider web collar. The pattern is free. I made it last year because I wanted to be Wednesday for Halloween, but then I changed my costume the last minute. But I definitely am going to use it as a part of the costume one day. Maybe not this year, because I'm not sure if I'm going to wear a costume this year, if I'm going to celebrate Halloween. But I love seeing it. That's why I kind of displayed it here. I didn't want to waste it, even though I'm not wearing it this year. It's quite fast. You can adapt it for children or for grown-ups very easily. Now it's the last thing I've made for Halloween, and this is it. Of course, I am asking you, I'm begging you to let us know what you're making for Halloween. This year, what have you made previously? What are you planning to make? What are your favorite patterns? What are the patterns that you haven't tried yet, but you'd love to? Share everything Halloween, okay? Everything Halloween. Thank you for being with me. This was Julia and Julia's Knitting. See you next time. Bye.